Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I'm coming to you from my home here in Cave Junction, Oregon. The message for tonight is, I perceive, the most important message I have disseminated in my time. It goes to the very heart of Christ consciousness and reveals how the average man and woman is seduced away from it by satanic conditioning. Simply stated, it is the story of the nobody and the somebody, the Christ and the Christian. Isn't it time for humanity to bring fundamental change into its tortured existence? Understand what is being communicated in this talk, and humanity will have a new consciousness on this earth. There will be no need for a new world order, for the order of natural intelligence will emerge effortlessly within the hearts and minds of human beings, regardless of their previous cultural, religious, and political conditioning. This communication contains the very secret of spiritual liberation. It strips away the power of the few over the many. The only obstacle standing in the way of peace on earth is how you choose to view the following truth. After listening and seeing the simple truth for yourselves, an action of intelligence is required to stop the momentum of mind control, a satanic melody which has kept you unaware and controllable by your leaders. It is this unawareness that has allowed the few to rule the many since the dawn of civilization. It is now time for a new age of spiritual liberation. Consciousness, per se, is not ignorance, for life itself is perceived by the human species to be a marriage of existence and consciousness. Ignorance arises when consciousness is compelled to conform to time-bound religious and political standards found in the dualistic, satanic opposer realm of intellect. A healthy ego, that which resonates within Christ, is guided by the infinite, unbounded, holistic spirit of divine intelligence. It is the link which arises in the out-of-time, eternal moment of now, between the ultra-fine vibrations of spirit and the gross vibrations of material-based intellectualism. In an balanced, out-of-time moment of consciousness and existence, which some call now, the act of creation arises, peaks, recedes, and then dissolves once again into the infinite from whence it came, leaving no trace. That is the nature of eternal life, of life everlasting. An unhealthy ego is a time-bound, after-moment-based, dead, conceptual vibration arising from memories which a fragmented, trained consciousness mistakenly identifies as oneself, as one's ego. The unhealthy ego is the me, the I. In essence, it is merely a time-bound concept which identifies with the content of a dead intellect. It is dead because it exists in the after-moment, which occupies and clutters up the reoccurring moment of now. Such unhealthy egos therefore are caught in time, in the flat, horizontal, linear realm of the past, present, and future, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That unhealthy, time-bound energy is the very essence of becoming. Intellect is but an inert instrument, much like a computer, which at the present time can only operate when directed by an outside living intelligence, which controls, manipulates, and directs the momentum of its programmed activities. For the performance of a functional computer to be compared with the limited functional intelligence of a conditioned, belief-ridden human being in perceiving its relationship with the source of its intelligence, i.e., the computer programmer, the computer could well regard the outside entity which is putting it, the computer, through its paces as God. Both computers and intellects can be likened to unhealthy egos, for they are both limited and rigidly subject to their programming. Have you not heard the statement, "Garbage in, garbage out"? Do not scoff at such simplicity. I have just told you a truth so obvious, so devastating to your complexity-oriented intellect, that it cannot readily fathom such a shocking revelation. Watch the responses which arise within your consciousness to this simple truth. The story they tell you will be the story of your own personal state of consciousness, that of your manifest intelligence. An unhealthy ego, one which is caught in time, that is open to outside conditioning, is the corrupted essence found in the dualistic realm of intellect. The intellect, an instrument which selectively funnels all of its fragmented perceptions through a conceptual filter of like and dislike, is in a constant state of war with itself. The intellect is ruled by Satan, the opposer. Its conflicted dualistic nature arises from man's fall from grace. As such, the unhealthy ego will readily eschew the holistic truth, God, while in its limited, time-bound state of ignorance will worship, embrace, and regard the fragmented part, the false God, the graven image it perceives as being the whole. Thus is the subtle distinction which accounts for the vast schism which eternally exists between the religious and the spiritual realm. For example, one has been trained to think of a Christ as a supreme somebody, has he not? Civilized man has been trained to worship such an icon, to strive, to emulate, but never quite hope to achieve the belief-based unattainable qualities of that icon in this lifetime. If that is not a formula for engendering failure and the manipulation of others, which result in the redistribution of energy of power, then nothing is.